Hello, welcome back to my channel, Qubit Educational Services. In this video, we are going to solve the 13th question from the mathematics section of the NEST 2020 session 2. This question is based on the properties of sequences and series. The problem reads, for a finite sequence A, which is defined by a1, a2, so on till an of n integers. So all the entries of this particular sequence are integers, where n is greater than or equal to 2, which means there will be at least 2 elements in this particular sequence. We are defining the sum SA in a slightly different way here. Okay, it is summation AI into AJ, where both IJ belong to the set 1 to n and I happens to be less than j. So how are you going to interpret this particular sum? This is clearly not summation aj, okay, because you are taking the product of ai and aj. Okay, now j or I remains less than j, so you cannot have a1 here, right? Because there is no other term which is less than, well, I would say whose subscript is less than 1, okay, because it is starting from 1 or at 1. So the first term in SA is going to be a1 into a2. Okay, the second term is going to be a3. Okay, right, this j will now become 3, and you are supposed to multiply this a3 by a1 and a2. So it will be a1 into a3 plus a2 into a3. Next, now j will become 4. You are required to take the product of a4 with the remaining 3, which are a1, a2 and a3. Okay, and you have to continue this till you reach an. Okay, so clearly the last term is going to be a1 plus a2 plus a3, so until an minus 1 multiplied by an. So if you understand what SA is and how it is to be computed, then you can easily solve this question. Let us go to the first option. For A, which consists of n elements, and B, which consists of m elements, so we now have two different finite sequences. Define A star B to be the augmented sequence A1 till AN, then B1 till Bn. Okay, so we are defining a new finite sequence A star B. Then S of A star B is equal to SA plus SP. Okay, so one counter example is enough to disprove this. So what I did is I considered 1, 2, 3 as A and 2, 3, 4 as B. Okay, now can we compute SA? Of course we can. It is going to be 2 into 1, 2, plus 3 into 1 plus 2, or 3 into 3, that is 11. Okay, 9 plus 2, 11. Can we compute SB now? Very easy. It will be 3 into 2, 6, plus 4 into 6, 4 into 5, so 20, so that is 26. So SA plus SB is 37. Okay, now let us augment the two sequences and get the sequence A star B. Okay, which is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So if you split it here, then you will get A and B. Now what is S of A star B? 2 into 1 plus 3 into 3 plus this 2 into 6, so 12. This 3 into 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, so 24, plus 4 into 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 3, 11, so 44. Now this clearly exceeds 37. This single number 44 itself is greater than 37. What does it mean? It means we have come up with an example which fails to satisfy this particular equation. So one counter example is enough to disprove the validity, or to prove that option 1 is not right. Okay, let us go to option 2. If A is a sequence of m plus k integers with m many ones and k many minus ones, then SA is given by m into m minus 1 upon 2 plus k into k minus 1 upon 2 minus mk. Alright, so let us first write down the sequence and then we'll see how to find the sum as given in the problem. Now our A this time will consist of m ones and then k minus ones. Okay, now what is SA? You have to start with A2, remember. So A2 into A1 will be 1, A3 into A2 plus A1 will be 2, and you will continue this till this one. So there are m minus 1 ones before this one, which add up to m minus 1. So as far as this particular portion of the sequence is concerned, the corresponding part in SA will be 1 till, or 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 till m minus 1. Okay, now let us go to this part. Okay, we have minus 1 and we are supposed to multiply this minus 1 by the addition of the remaining or previous elements, which are m in number, so m into minus 1. Now if you go to the next one, which is minus 1, now you see that if you add all the previous terms here, if you add all the previous terms, then it will be m minus 1. Okay, so m minus 1 into minus 1. If you go to this, it will be m minus 2 into minus 1, and eventually by the time you reach this, you will be required to consider m ones and k minus 1 minus 1s, right? Because there are total k negative ones, out of which we are ignoring 1. So that will come here, and don't forget to multiply it by minus 1. Okay, so this is SA. Now let us try to simplify it. 1 plus 2 plus 3 till m minus 1 will be by the formula n into n plus 1 upon 2, m minus 1 into m upon 2. So this is clear. Okay, now from the remaining sum, you take negative 1 common. Okay, so inside the bracket you will have m plus m minus 1 plus m minus 2, and at the end m minus bracket k minus 1. Okay, so how many m's do you see here? There will be k m's, so k times m, and you can take the negative sign common now, and it is going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on till not k but k minus 1. Okay, so again use the formula for the summation that we have used for 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 till m minus 1. So that is going to be k into k minus 1 upon 2. Okay, start simplifying. This will remain as it is. Okay, it will be minus mk, and this will be minus into minus, so plus. So plus k into k minus 1 upon 2, and this is indeed the formula given in the option 2, m into m minus 1 upon 2 minus mk plus k into k minus 1 upon 2. So option 2 is correct. Let us go to option 3. Yes, now option 3 reads, if we have such a sequence and such a sum defined, then there is an integer x such that for the finite sequence a, which is 2 3 x 2x, SA equals negative 7. Okay, now you'll see that this gets converted into a quadratic equation problem. First, let us try to write down SA. Okay, the second element is 3, so 3 into 2 6. Third element is x, so x into 3 plus 2, so 5x. And the last element is 2x, so it will be 2x multiplied by 2 plus 3 plus x, or 5 plus x. Simplify this, it will be 6 plus 5x plus 10x plus 2x squared, which gets converted to the quadratic expression 2x squared plus 15x plus 6. And we would like to check whether we can find any integer x such that SA equals negative 7. So equate the quadratic expression to negative 7, shift negative 7 to the LHS, you will get 13. Okay, 2x squared plus 15x plus 13 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation that we are going to solve, and we need to check whether this quadratic equation has any integer root. Okay, now if you solve it, one of the roots becomes minus 1 and the other is, well, it is a fraction, but we need not go for that. Okay, that fraction is negative 13 upon 2. Okay, now if you know a bit regarding the theory of equations, in fact in this very paper we have a cubic equation and a question associated with that. Okay, so if you know that, then you will immediately recognize that x equal to minus 1 satisfies this. This is because if you add the coefficients of even powers of x, you are getting 15, which is same as the addition of all odd coefficients of x. Okay, or coefficients of all those powers of x which are odd. Okay, so if they are equal, then clearly x equal to negative 1 is a root, and hence option 3 is correct. Option 4 reads, if a is a sequence of 100 integers consisting of 2's and minus 1's, only then the minimum possible value of SA is less than negative 100. Now the words only then are important. These words indicate that we cannot find any other sequence which doesn't satisfy this requirement of 100 integers consisting of 2's and negative 1's. There is no other sequence for which SA is less than negative 100. So providing one counter example is enough to disprove that this is not, or to prove that this is not. Okay, so I've considered this particular sequence consisting of only two elements or two integers, negative 1 comma 1000. Now what is SA now? By the definition it is a1 into a2, that is the only single term here, or only term here. Negative 1 into 1000 is negative 1000. Is it less than negative 100? Of course it is. So irrespective of the number of elements, or let me put it in this way, so we have not considered a sequence of 100 integers, we have considered a sequence of only two integers whose SA has turned out to be another integer less than negative 100, thereby disproving the fact that, or thereby disproving whatever is mentioned in option 4. So option 4 is incorrect. So the only correct options are 2 and 3, and we have proved them. We have proved that they are correct, and 1 and 4 are incorrect. Okay. Now, if you do not read option 4 carefully, then you will end up getting, or then you will end up doing all kind of things. Okay. So you'll arrange 2's and negative 1's and try to find SA, but that's not necessary. Okay. What's necessary is you have to read the option carefully. You have to come up with a single counter example, which is not very easy to frame, and thereby you're done. Okay, so this is the 13th question. In the next video, we will see how to solve the 14th question, which is the second last question. Thank you, and if you think that my videos are helping you, then please consider subscribing to my channel for more interesting videos. Thank you.